have I got the fabulous hour. See, they're that excited, they're dropping things, it's smashing. I've got the cool cats with me. I've got Maggie and Kay. Hello, how are you going?
We're doing fine.
Good. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
And
Now,
it's so nice to be with you again, because I've been with you for ages.
It was.
Yeah.
So if you've ever seen any of the shows before, you know it gets a little bit crazy and a little bit, you know, but we want to show it all. We have got an exclusive right here on Create and Craft this afternoon. We're launching something that's a lot of the Create and Craft viewers have not seen before. So this is your time, because you know when the ladies hit the main channel, what time is it later?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock, it's going to fly once it hits the main channel. So it's your chance now. Phone your friends and tell them you can get a lot of the things here. And when you see what we've got, you're going to love it. So, ladies, what do you want to start with?
Shall we start?
Let's start with this one.
Clever closures, Brad flaps.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So these are our brand new item to Create and Craft.
Yes, these are brand new, a brand new die set.
Ooh.
Okay, so this is the first time anybody's seen them on TV. This is our Brad Flap set 2. Now, we brought out our original Brad Flaps, and people absolutely love them, but we wanted to do some that were a little bit bigger this time and gave you a bit more what you could do with them, really.
A bit more scope.
Scope, that's a good word, Kay. Yes.
Look at this.
So, so that's what we brought you today. So you get a set of 6 dies, you get 3 base Brad Flaps, and then you get 3 mats that go on top. The little holes are designed to hold brads, obviously. You don't have to use brad, you can just stick them flat and put little pearls on top. The brads that you can actually see in the sample there are actually our faux brads, which are made from
And I'll be honest,
cardstock.
by eye, I'm stood here. I actually looked at these and thought, are they real brads or not?
No.
That's how fabulous they are. Get on the website, get ahead and start looking at some of the things we've got on the show. And just to tell you, with these, you are going to need the magnets as well. We have got them specially on the show too, so bear that in mind. But honestly, you don't get the little piece with it, but it's to show you how they will hold photos and everything else,
They will.
won't they?
You can use them without magnets as well, just as tabs for you know, pulling pages up and things like that as well. But because they've got the fold on them like a hinge, so you can make hinges with them, all sorts of things.
These are gorgeous. So if you wanted something a little bit different, this is the Clever Closures Brad Flaps. This is set 2, so if you're wanting those, details are on your screen for you. Just bear with, because I can't kind of see. 011 744 £12.59 if you are wanting those. Now the second collection. Oh, you were just going to show us.
Do you want to do the stamps next?
Now, next. That's me.
So
these are new as well.
These are our next set of. These are called our interactive tab stamp set. So we have one stamp set that says like pull me, shake me, lift me up, and things like that.
Wow.
Whatever you fancy.
That could be a whole new set.
Yes, it could be. I just realised what I've said then. Anyway, so this is the next set, and this is designed to tell you if you're using our page slider dies, if you need to lift up a page but you need to pull it left or right. It's twist me, spin me, all sorts of things.
See, because a lot of people don't know what to do.
No.
So this, it's genius. And when obviously Kay shows you exactly what they do, you will be like, put those in your basket. Do not miss out on those.
Okay, so you've got the overhead. So you've got lift up and pull me left. So you lift up and pull left. I've been told which way was left.
Well, that's it. And if you're not a crafter, you wouldn't know how to use it.
Normally what they do is they just open that up.
And then,
and
that's
then think,
nice.
oh, that's it.
Yeah.
But then you lift, and you've got extra on there as well.
Extra storage in there.
Genius.
So, and again, if you move across, you've got lift up and pull right, which is the opposite to left. So I know, I've been told which is my left and my right.
All right, Kate.
So I mean, I don't know
it is a standing joke. And then we've got all the Brad Flaps on here. So it says lift up and pull right. So you just lift up that way and pull right.
But it's the little details like that that make them even more, you know, bespoke, make them even more special.
Yeah. So it's really just, it's also to protect your album as you give it to somebody as well, because tabs get pulled the wrong way and moved. So.
But when you put all your hard work into it, keeping it pristine and making sure that people, like you say, don't pull it the wrong way and rip bits and things like that.
So,
this is going to have all the details on there as well.
This album's a sneaky peek as well. That's what we're doing at our Wansford workshop.
Oh, is it? Yes, it is.
Just so you know. So when is your workshop, ladies?
That's in March, on March the 12th.
Yes, I think we have 1 or 2 places only left.
Yeah.
So
Ish.
available on the website?
Yes.
On your website?
On our website.
On the website. So do have a look. But the ladies are fantastic. The skills of educating as well. Have a look on Facebook, social media and things like that. YouTube, they have all the videos to watch these in real time to be able to do it. 487648 for your 26 stamps to help you then address and to make your books beautiful. So do have a look at those. Now, next. So we've got our page slider die set for you.
Okay, right. So again, this is about having more interaction in your pages, also creating closures that don't need magnets.
Yes.
'Cause lots of people, you know, don't always want to use magnets. Oh, excuse me.
You were that excited about these, weren't you?
I've never done that before. There's a pig in here. Oh dear.
She got that excited. She was like, oh, I've got to tell you.
All I was going to say was that they look quite, when you look at the dies, they don't look
Yes.
very inspiring because they're like straight little strips that cut holes and,
Because I
and
thought
things
you
like
put
that.
photos in
You
them.
can use those photos.
You can.
You can use them for tuck spot slots, you can put them diagonally, you can make a nice little pattern with them. But they're designed to actually create sliding mechanisms within your album pages. And Kay's got some samples here.
Okay,
Look at these.
So this one, so you just pull that across and lift it up.
How clever's that?
And then you slide it back.
And that's because you've got the slider
Yeah.
grooves.
Yes, yeah, this is a
Wow.
slider.
You
slider.
can
This is a
obviously-
little one.
Sorry, I'll let Kay finish.
Pull that one. This is my big moment.
Yeah, sorry, I'll shut up. I won't snort. I promise not to snort or grunt. I can't believe I did that. Oh, dear.
Fine.
And then we've got this one, and then you pull this one all the way across.
Oh,
and lift that up like
wow.
that.
These are like
Okay.
magical slider bits.
Yeah.
You know, like when I was little and you had all the pop-up books and
Yes.
things like that.
Yeah.
This is just making your books even more
You've got some
magical.
interactive, yeah.
So that's another reason why we've done the new stamp set. But also, yes, you can do these with a paper trimmer, but you won't get exactly really, really fine lines every time.
That's
it's just
it.
easier to do.
So if you're looking at this, like my director is and producing the going, I still don't understand how it works. If I show you the grooves here, so this is the bit where the slider is cut into the pattern paper and
So
the
you can see it
little
on the
piece is in between.
That piece there folds.
There, this one, can you see? So the groove is in the paper and it slides up. So you're using those. As a paper crafter, I know I shouldn't, but I'm looking at that and I'm thinking if you dress that with curl back edges, you could put all flowers. That would be
could.
fantastic to
Yeah.
put different flowers and slot them in. So many
Yeah.
uses with a lot of these dies. So
Yeah.
please don't just think they're just for this. You know, if you were doing a fantastic book, I'm thinking
Yeah.
all the flowers and photographs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
magic. This is a need for anybody. 10 dies in this one, new today. Remember, when we bring you new today, they fly out the door, so be very quick. 550-425 for those. Now, the locking paws. And these
I'm not going to speak now in case I go.
doesn't matter. As long as you keep breathing and keep talking, we'll be
If I'm laying
fine.
on the floor, just step over me. It's fine.
No, we will not. We'll have an emergency team in. Nothing's going to happen to you on my watch.
Okay, so these are new to our Create and Craft customers, and these are our locking paws. So these are another closures that you use without magnets. So you can create that actually opens up. But Kay's got some.
Kay's going to
samples,
show
so,
you.
yeah,
I'm
it's
not going
probably
to
easier.
tamper.
Yeah, okay, so pulls like that,
Wow.
and
Look
then
at that.
and you can open down like that. So you just lock
What
it
you
in.
make and construct with paper is mind
They
blowing.
have to work, and we have.
And
lots.
this one is cute as
This
well.
is lovely.
This is
one, yeah.
this was nice. I'll get it right the way round. Oops, what did we practice? You want? Oh, Maggie. What have
You're
I done wrong?
fine.
Oh, that's it. That's it. Goes that way.
Yeah.
That's it. And then
So
that opens
we've
up
got
like
little
that.
brads underneath, so the pieces move.
Yeah.
So you could use our faux brads for that. I don't think you did on this one because
I didn't, because they were in prototype. And that's why the faux brads came about,
Yes.
because I
of
wanted
that.
something that was flat.
And then you also use them as bed bands if you want to.
That's it. And because on the end as well, you can make them longer,
Yeah,
can't
there's
you?
no cutting on the end.
That's it. So
Yeah.
if you wanted this, if you were doing a 12 by 12 wedding page or book, you can extend these out. So do remember, you know, Kay and Maggie are crafters themselves. They know what they want. They know what works. It's all about the details. So honestly, if you've not tried them before, please invest in their products. Honestly, the time I've spent with you over the last year, It's mind-blowing what you do with construction with paper and cardstock, so bear that in mind. £20 and 69 pence if you are wanting the Locking Paws die collection, 507466. Now, these, even as a paper crafter, these blow my mind.
They're my favourite. I must admit, they are my favourite.
They're my favourites as well. So.
If you've got a friend who's just a paper crafter, they don't do the books or anything, get them this die set because it is a game changer. And when you see what they look like, you've got no idea that they are made of cardstock.
So that's
there you go. So you've got them there. Can you see?
And if you turn it round, you can see the
look on the back.
Little legs on the back.
Like proper brads.
But they're long, so you've got a bit more
rigidity. And
yes, but also you can go through thicker things, and you can cut. I've cut, you know, like fizzy drink cans and things like that. I've cut.
So even
with these dies, I've cut them. Yeah.
But honestly, genius,
but they
game changer.
So useful. And if you're really into making interactive cards or cards that move, but you want a swivel mechanism that you can't see underneath, these are brilliant.
These will hold it, but honestly, these always sell out when we bring them to air. You are getting the different sizes in there and everything else. We will be showing you throughout the hour how to put them together, but be quick on these. £15 and 29 pence, 347 540 for the faux brads as well. So next, we've got the stamps. Love the fonts on these.
Yes, so these are just our memory collection of stamps. And we've done different size fonts, so you can heat emboss, you can emboss, do whatever you like with them really. So it's just really to pop, you know, like when you have your album pages and things, sometimes you have a day that you really want to remember.
Yeah.
What a day to remember, and you think, I'll never forget that. And then looking back years later, you think, oh, I don't remember that. And
Yeah.
But that was, at the time, you thought, that's what a day to remember. So that's what this one is here. And Lynn's done a sample here. So she's used a lot of the...
Should we hold this there, a little bit higher so you can see?
So she's used a lot of the different stamps on the front, showing the different fonts and the different sizes.
I'll hold you to the pages.
Okay, and then here, she's used our photo wallet die, which I think we've probably still got some in the brand shop. And each time she's used different different stamps.
Look at this.
In the middle.
Finishing touches that will add that extra magic.
It's all about finishing touches, and it makes your project look really professional. It helps you with your journaling, with your memory.
Well, if you don't like your spelling or your handwriting, like I don't, these are the ones.
So there's all sorts of things
to do with
that. Yeah. Okay.
And obviously with your inks, you know, nowadays make sure they're the archival ones and things like that if you're using them in your journals too, so do get those. 725118 with those £15 and 29 pence. Now we are going on to the wavy line whiskers, okay? So we've got two sets on the board, but we're just going to show you the first set, which are the ones that are on there. Now these are special as well, and I love when you do that, because first of all, when you started bringing these, I didn't understand them, and it weren't till you explained them. These are a need.
Yeah, so we have a range of whiskers dies, and they're called whiskers because we're cool cats, and they're different sort of shaped whiskers.
Love it.
These are our wavy line whiskers. Now they're designed to help get a nice decorative edge on your albums, your pages, your pockets, tags, whatever you want really. But because we've designed them as a straight wavy line, you can cut your decorative paper and your black card at the same time, and it'll just drop down. Some of our other whiskers are graduated down in different sizes because they're like a rounded shape. So you want to make sure they map perfectly, but this one, they just map perfectly. And the lengths of them, they're slightly different. Each curvy shape, or each wavy whisker the wave is slightly smaller as they go down in size.
But honestly, giving you that detail, giving you that extra finishing touches in all your books. You're getting 4 dies in this collection, £13 and 49 pence, 870710. Now, the decorative strips, these are a beautiful thing. Look at this.
Yeah, so these are our 12-inch decorative strips, and you can see they have no cutting line on the ends there, but also they don't have a cutting line here.
No.
And here, so it means that you can
make them as wide,
make a page as long as you want. So you've got your lovely, this is obviously tallies with the wavy line whisker, so you've got this dotted and embossed one here, you've got a straight line one here, and then you've got a plain one, so you can cut that to mat onto there.
Oh wow.
You can use both whiskers together through a die cutting machine, I have done it on TV before,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't recommend it with other people's dyes,
Yeah.
but it does work with ours. And Kay's got a fabulous sample that she can show you using all of these.
These are gorgeous. Let's have a look what Kay's got, so you know exactly what to do with it.
Come on.
But really beautiful.
Sounds like a sale of the century.
It
doesn't
does.
What's happening?
And here's Kay showing us what we can do.
So these are the precision strips on here.
It looks like what you could win at the end, don't it?
Yeah.
So that's again the precision strips at an angle. It's what
12-inch
it's called.
strip.
And then
Love
you've got
it.
and then you've got the wavy lines, and you can see how you can do it on the decorative edge. You can see that on the decorative edge.
Yeah.
On there, like that.
I just think if you've
And
got a
and you
wedding
can do it
book,
as a
you know, to
belly
sign or
band.
something, put those in. They look fabulous.
Yeah, and they work well together as well. So that's sort of the 12-inch decorative edge, and then you've got the wavy lines as well, and that's a decorative edge. So they match together as well.
Yeah.
So this whole album is made with these all the way through.
And the waist
so you can
as well,
see the wave,
so.
and you see where it cuts out. So you get the cut out there as well.
Well, how
So it's
many
really
of you
nice.
have done the albums and everything, and you've always done straight edges? Now is the time to upgrade. This could be your year now, where you start adding decorative bits like this. These sets of dies, if you get them and you look after them, they're going to last you a long, long time. They'll probably be with you in your kit forever. So bear that in mind. You're getting a set of 3 dies. These are the 12-inch ones, so they're slightly longer. But think about wrapping them around candles and things like that, boxes and things like that. You've got all those. If you've got any of the MDF boxes from the ladies as well, they would be incredible. $17.99 for those, 974725 for those. Now, this album cover set.
Doing that.
Oh, hang on. No, we're not. We have got the curved frame dies and we've got the debossed page tags. So which one do you want to do first, team? Well, they're the curved frame die set. So we've got those. But they've got like stitched edges and straight edges.
Yes, they have. So you get a set of 6 dies. Is it 6? Yes, 6 dies. Kay's got a fabulous sample to show you.
This is fabulous.
There you go.
Look at
So
these.
you can see you can mat and layer all of it. These are all done with that set, and then you can have waterfall. So this is done with a smaller one as well.
Oh, wow.
So you can just pull that. So you can do that on that one. So you've got a waterfall effect. And moving on, the whole album is done. So you can do like matting and layering for your photographs on here as well. So it's all that one set.
Yeah.
So you can do a whole album with the one set if you wanted to.
Oh, very
So-
universal, this one.
So and you've got little bits on here as well for the insides, with the closures like that. So again, for either journaling or photos and what have you. Again, it's been cut out there, so it's actually been the shape has been cut out of the page.
Yeah.
So it's because our dies do that sort of thing. You can add to the shape, and then that one is that was a set in, so that you can again for photographs or journaling if you want to.
It's a
But
beautiful collection.
But the whole album's done with the one set.
Yeah, new today as well. Remember, 6 dies in this collection. Always think, it's an add-on to your next project, your next detail, whatever you're doing with Cool Cats. Past, present, and future, everything's going to go together. So we've got those. Next for you. So that is the collection on screen, 671201. The next one is the debossed page tabs as well. That's a bit of a mouthful.
It is. I don't think we've got any samples to show you of this, but they're basically another of our page tab sets. So you get a base die, which will either cut the oval or the square.
Yep.
So they just, when you've cut them out, they fold over onto
joined,
like a bivalve.
Like a locket a little bit.
Yeah. And then you've got mats on top that will fit on top. But you get 2 dies to cut out the mats, so you don't have to cut one out and then another one.
But we need magnets with those, won't we, would you say?
Possibly, not necessarily, because you
Okay.
can just have them as tags that just, stick on either side of your page and you can just pull them out. Our first set of stamps work with them, well, our album text stamps, and the new set work well with them
That's
as well.
it, because they're on a hinge, they will lock around the page like that, because the hinge will be on the side, so that's why, again, you can just stick them flat. But beautiful concept. Love those as well. £9.89. New again today. Remember, we are launching all the new items here this hour on Craft Extra, but obviously at 3 o'clock the ladies will be live on the main channel, so get yours now. 180575 for those. Now we're going to the albums. Now I got a bit excited about
you
these.
did.
I like the detail.
Okay. So what we've done here is we've brought you, I think we brought these to you when we were Hochanda, didn't we? They've not been seen on, I don't think they've been seen on Create and Craft before. They may have done. So here you get the a circle frame album cover set, and you get it with your acid-free tiger tape as well. So basically you get the grey board to create the covers, the spine, and then you get a series of circular frames and then some acid-free plastic that you put inside, so you can build up a design and do it that way. You get a choice of silver tape or black frame tape.
Yes.
It's acid-free, it's 50 millimetres wide and it's 50 millimetres in length, and you will have enough left over to make a couple of, edge a couple of albums and do spines and things like that.
This is the silver version if you're wanting the silver tape, and then the next one we'll show you in a minute is the black. I'm going to show you exactly, there you go, thank you.
Right.
Look at this.
This is one made up. Obviously you won't get the MDF inside, and you won't get the little screws around there, but that's how it is, and that's your top circle that you get, and then it's designed. We've got videos on how to do this, and I think Kay's going to do some demos, aren't you? So that it's designed so the plastic fits inside, and then that fits on top, so it doesn't drop down.
Wow.
So you can build things up behind it.
This is it. So just to show you what you're getting, so you're going to get all your grey board. You're going to have the ring in there. This obviously has got a plastic cover on just to protect it, both sides, to make sure you take that off. But you're going to get all of those full instructions as always, and there is a video, YouTube tutorial to be able to show you how to do it. And hopefully this hour we're going to do that. Again, new today, $17.99 for that one, 260-226. Now, if you like the circle, the square one, look at this.
Yes. So we've got the square one here. Lynn did the circle one, and Mandy's done this one here. So that's the concept of how it works, and you can build up an image behind. The handle that she's done on the spine here is one of our belly band dies that is in the brand shop.
Oh, right, yeah.
So that's one of our belly band dies, and you can see it's got a really lovely finish.
Look at the dimension on there. It's like a proper true box frame. But with this kit, you're going to be able to do that and build and make yours. Like I say, YouTube tutorials, things like that, you've got it all. But incredible. You're also getting the black tape in this one, so you've got the tape to cover it with as well. But to have the acetate and everything with it, you've got it all in there. 004987, club price $17.99.
The sample here is showing you black architape, but we're actually doing black frame tape with it.
Just sorry. That's my mistake. Sorry, my bad. But you can see, again, it looks beautiful. You're going to get the similar sort of effect with it. They are gorgeous. Now, black or silver, all you've got to do is just choice whichever one. But do you know what? For both of those to have something stunning and outstanding and so different, I'd say to you, get the both. Spread the cost. Obviously, have a look at payment plans on the website, but you can spread the cost as well. Now, this is the spine score guide.
Yeah, you haven't seen this, have you?
I haven't, but when you were showing me, I was like, because I'm not a measurer.
No. Okay.
So this makes it easy.
It makes it very easy. This came about from workshops, because when we teach workshops and we're teaching them how to make a spine.
Yes.
You have to read out the measurements for them to do. So it will be like 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 3.
I'd have been lost by then.
Yeah. and if you're teaching a class of 20, everybody works at a different pace.
Yes.
But also it's harder to see, depending which scoreboard you've got, it's hard to see the increments, because you can say, okay, right, do 3 7/8. Now we want 4 1/4. Then we want 4 7/8. So it's hard for people to see. So what we've done with this is we've developed a tool that will work with your 1/8 of an inch increment scoreboards. It won't work with your metric ones. It'll only work with your 1/8 of an inch increment scoreboards. And you have the opportunity to make either, these are half, they'll be, once they're made up.
Can I peel this?
Yeah, once they're made up, there'll be a 1/2 inch spine flap, and then you'll either have a gusset in the middle of 1/4 of an inch or 3/8 of an inch.
I'm going to show you in a minute. Now, when you get yours, I've got Daft Telly nails, and I didn't put the teeth on it. It's not mine. It's got a plastic covering on it to protect it.
It's got a plastic covering both sides.
There, can we just lift and show? And then
take one off there.
Yeah, I've got Daft Telly nails, so
they're beautiful nails. So
there you go. Now, just to show you, this comes off. So it is then, you'll be able to see all the measurements, and you'll be able to do that. All you've got to do is take that off, and then you can see all the grooves, all the measurements on there. It's going to be simple to do that. So just remember to remove the covering on there, and that will help you, because then look at this, making sure then, I'll put that on there.
You should have a, it's all right, you should have a mylar strip with it as well.
It's there, sorry, that was
comes
me.
with it as well.
Mylar strip as well. I'll put it there.
It's beautifully balanced, that's fine.
Display skills are not my best today. And then you can see, look at this, perfect every single time. If you're like me, you're not a measurer, you struggle with things like this, This takes all the stress out of it. Make it easy. Once you, again, you've got one of those tools, you've got it, keep it safe. You will have it a long, long time. It's going to make your life easier. That's what it's all about, because then you'll want to do more and more and more of the books, because otherwise, if you're measuring and it's not right, it doesn't look right. Make it look professional. £13.49 for that one, 805 945, but easy to use.
Easy to use, and the most important thing when you're making your albums and your memory books is a construction in the first place.
Yes.
So if you've got your cover right, your spine right, and your pocket pages right, when you come to put it all together, it should be absolutely beautiful.
And these all are, as you've seen, you know, Maggie and Kay do a fantastic job. So, you know, get the right tools, they'll make your life easier as well. Now, next for you, we've specially got some of these. Now, you're going to have to be super fast. I'm giving you a bit of a wheel of warning, super fast for these. Now, when I saw you use these, they were fantastic.
They're a
because
game changer, aren't they?
They are a game changer. So, how would you use this then, Maggie?
Okay, right. So we have our black Pebeo marker, which has a 15mm flat tip. So we use these for edging around our grey board, around our MDF. It's a really deep, light, fast black. It's an oil-based marker. You need to prime the pen, obviously, when you first get it.
Just press it down.
Yeah, and once you've primed it, you need to keep the pen flat. Okay.
Because then, obviously, I'm not going to do this because it's obviously, but what you're going to do is then for covering all your edges, it makes it, honestly, if you want that proper finish, I know obviously it's not prime, but I'm just showing you, anybody who's new, that's what you're going to do. And it's simple, isn't it?
It is simple. And it's a beautiful, deep black. It's a really lovely
It's a
finish.
rich, it's like a tuxedo black. You've got that real professional finish with it. But honestly, if you've missed any bits when you've been putting your tapes on or anything, that's a game changer.
Yes, it is. And then we have the gold and the silver.
Yep.
They're 8mm tips, they're chisel tips, and they do exactly the same thing.
That's it.
They're perfect for your wedding albums, for Christmas, for golden weddings, things like that, if you're making projects that you need to edge. Because in the past, sometimes you use gold paint and it didn't always go on smoothly.
And it peels or bubbles.
It does peel. This is absolutely beautiful. You'll get a beautiful, again, solid, true colour, light, fast finish.
Honestly, £4 and 5 pence. They are all individual, but if I was you, pop these in your basket. Get the black one, the silver and the gold. But I have to urge you, be quick. The gold, 20% has already gone. We've not even showed it yet. 20% of the gold has gone as well, so please be quick on that one. But for £4 and 5 pence to get a professional, true gold, artist quality pen, pop that in your basket straight away. 741963. Now, the magnets. If you're doing your books, these you've got to have.
Yeah.
Haven't you?
Yeah. So these are 10mm by 1mm neodymium magnets, and you get 30 in your little tube.
And they're nice and flat.
Then very nice and flat and thin. You need to be careful, keep them out of reach of children up to about the age of 18 and pets.
And beyond.
And obviously if you have a pacemaker with anything magnetic, just be careful.
Yes, yes. So
but they're strong. They will, if you allow them to snap together, they will shatter because they're quite brittle.
Yes.
So when you take them off, just slide it off the top.
Yeah, don't try and pull.
Don't try and pull, just slide it off. And they are very, very strong.
So they come in the little tube. Keep them in the tube. So one, you don't lose them and they don't go rogue and stuck on something else, but keep them in the little tube as well. But honestly, when you're using these, they make such a difference for all your closures, especially the new closures we've got on the show. Grab these as well. 997179 for those, and obviously in the club you're going to save that little bit more. Now, it wouldn't be a Cool Cats if you didn't bring your MDF, and I love your MDF.
We have to bring a bit of MDF. It'd be rude not to.
Oh, look at this. This is the spring carousel. Obviously yours will become, shall I say, naked, undecorated, but look how beautiful. Easy to put together?
Very easy to put together. Again, we've got an assembly tutorial for you. So this is our, I nearly did it again. This is our, this is our...
You're a bit excited today,
I don't know what's the matter with me. So this is our mini spring carousel. We do a larger one as well, which I think may be on the website. So this is perfect for like Easter's coming up, putting your little Easter egg on the table, little Easter eggs on there. Also perfect for a nursery, just little bits and pieces on. Obviously, don't let a small child play with it because it has small parts.
It's decoration.
But it's decoration.
Haven't you got a bunting die as well?
No.
I thought you got a bunch.
We've
Because I'm
got,
thinking
we've
you
got
could
a
put
banner die, which you
that
can
was it,
chop
banner.
and-
Yeah, you could put little banners around
But
it as
round
well.
the edge of these, we have dies called faux grain dies, which cut out like faux grain.
Yeah.
Faux grain ribbon, but it's faux grain, obviously.
Yes.
And they fit round these bases here.
Oh, so keeping all the edges nice and neat. 337250, but for Easter, new baby, things like that, these are going to be ideal. 337250, so you can see everything is for you. Maggie is going to show us exactly how we use the spine score guide next, so get ready for that one. But honestly, please check out your baskets as fast as you can, because like I say, the ladies are up at 3 o'clock, but you know, get yours, sit back and relax, and then you can just watch the demonstrations. So let's have a look. So,
Okay.
right,
So,
show me the magic.
ooh,
I can't believe we're already halfway through the show. When I'm with these two ladies, time just flies.
Okay, so traditionally, when you were making a spine,
Yeah.
you probably start at 2 inches, and say you're having a 3/8 of an inch gusset, you'd go 2 inches, 2.5, 3. So that's one spine hinge when
Yeah.
it's stuck together. Then you want 3/8. 1, 2, 3. 3/8 of an inch. Then you want another 1/2 inch. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, you are good.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's another 1/2 inch. Then you want another 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's doing that. Imagine teaching that to workshops. It's a
I wouldn't be
nightmare.
able to do that.
And you would be calling out 2, 2.5, 3, 3 and 3/8, 3 and 7/8, 4 and 3/8.
I could do the 2 1/4 or 2 1/2,
Yeah.
but when you say the rest, I'd be like, I don't know where that is. I'd be struggling.
It's also like a selfish reason, because my eyesight's getting worse, my dexterity's getting worse, so we wanted something that's going to work for everybody.
Yeah.
So this is our spine score guide.
So you've took the cover off yours, so you can
I've
see it
taken
all.
the cover off mine, so let me take this piece of tape off now. I don't know if you can see can you see the etching mark? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Right. You'll see that there are like some rectangle etches there.
Yeah.
That signifies that's 1/2 inch and that's 1/2 inch.
Oh, so it's grouping them for you.
So that signifies that that's one spine hinge.
Okay.
Okay. And then looking at this, it says 1/4 inch there,
yeah,
and that's a 1/4 inch gusset.
that's it. So they're coming in. They're just coming a little bit closer. We can see. So
Right,
all
okay.
these little
So
squares.
this
there
rectangle
you go.
here, okay, that rectangle there, that's 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. So that makes one spine hinge.
Look at that.
Then you've got a 1/4 inch gusset.
Wow.
Then you've got another rectangle, so that's another 1/2 inch. That's
So
another
you know
1/2 inch.
exactly which ones to do. So if you've missed one, you can go back.
You can.
That is fantastic
So
to be able to do
a
that.
lot of us score on black card, so it's even harder to see it.
Yes.
Okay, so then what you decide is how many pages do I want to put in my book? And how many pages do you want in your book, Kay? 4, okay.
So is that why we've got the piece of mylar then? If you're using
No, the
black?
mylar's for something
okay.
else.
Sorry,
okay.
I was running ahead. I was running ahead
so
there.
Kay wants 3/8 of an inch, so I'm going to turn it round.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 3/8 of an inch there. And you can see that the gaps between are slightly wider.
Yeah.
Okay, so now she wants 4 pages. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going
Genius.
to put a bit of tape just there so I don't score any further, because I don't want any scores to show when I'm doing
Love it. Yeah.
So when we did the prototype, we did it like that and it butted up. But when you put your spine in there and scored the line, sometimes you got a knobbly bit on the end,
Yeah.
and that just annoyed me.
Yes.
So, and it annoyed Kay as well. So we put the mylar in here, pop that in there, and then you slide
also, it's
this.
just above.
It's just above, but that slides in, so it's locked in place for you. Okay?
You are a clever
Now,
ladies, aren't they?
If you have dexterity issues and things like that, you could always pop a little bit of our yellow tape here now to
just
hold
tape
it still
it.
in place. Don't rush this bit, okay? And then you're just going to start.
That is, honestly, that's blown my mind.
And
Honestly,
it's locking into place.
this is fabulous.
So, right, you can see I've moved it there, but no need to worry. Just
Yeah, but
go
the thing
back
is,
in.
Somebody can be talking to you while
Yeah.
you're doing this. You can be eating a biscuit if you want to while you're doing this. Before, I wouldn't have even risked it.
But you can, I can't see anything, okay? But I can go into there.
Well, she's
I
doing it
can
without
feel
safety
yeah,
net.
I can feel it and go into there, and I can find the last
And
one
that's
there.
with no glasses on.
I am not very good at seeing things, so that's that there, like that.
That
okay.
is
So
Brilliant.
that's your spine score guide.
I bet that took some working out how to...
It's really funny actually, because people have been asking us for ages and ages for something to make it easy to do your spine, and we've been trying for years and years and years. We've done dies for spines and things like that. And one day, Kay and I were just chatting, and it just popped in. I just said, I know how to do it now.
Wow.
It's weird.
This is what I mean. These ladies make these books.
But, you know, it's a decision with both of us. So we try it, and that's why the Mylar strip came about, because we weren't happy with it and we were wondering what else we could do. So now you're just going to go backwards and forwards.
Got to tell you though, Maggie, 20% of the stock has already gone for this. Now you've seen it in action, a lot of you are thinking, like I am, wow, what a game changer. This is what it's about. Let's just show you a little picture. This is your fantastic spine score tool. Again, new today. Please do not miss out on these tools. These are the real deal, these are.
So I'm carrying on because I know Kay wants this. So I'm using my multi-purpose tool.
Multi-purpose burnishing. Now,
because it would be rude not to.
Sorry, I've just got to let you know, half the stock of the pens, the marker pens, the silver has gone as well, so you're going to have to be quick for these. 40% of the black has now gone. Very, very busy this hour. You were waiting for the Cool Cats, I'm not surprised. But yep. And the gold one we've also got, 30% of that one has gone as well. Thank you for being with us this afternoon on Craft Extra. It does mean a lot that you're here with us. But 40% of the magnets has gone. They're screaming numbers at me now. Everything's gone a little bit crazy now. We've shown you everything. But please don't miss out. But 40% of those has gone as well.
So I'm just carrying on doing this. I'm going to carry on making it up because I know Kay wants it. So what you're doing is you're doing your 1/2 inch ones end up being a mounting fold, and I'll show you how to stick it.
And I suppose because you've got that now and your scoreboard, you could do like a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock, so you can make it even spine even bigger.
You can. All you need to do is just, again, we've got this in our video tutorial, you just need to cut a bit and join it at the one of the 1/2 inch spines. So you can make it as long or as short as you want. So I'm just making sure my page edges are straight.
That's it, because Maggie makes sure that the edges are away from, rather than just the crease, you make sure, which is fantastic.
You have to line up and make sure it's straight, because if it's on a wonk, it'll go on a wonk.
Throw out.
It might look straight on your album, but then when you put your pages on, you will notice.
And always burnish. I learnt that from the word girl.
Yeah, you can never burnish enough.
Look at this.
So
but the tool, once you mould it, it will flex, it will bend.
It warms up the fibres as well. So.
Oh, Maggie, half the stock of the actual store, score guide spine has now gone. So honestly, half the stock. I said we'd be busy, didn't we?
You did, yeah. Thank you, everybody.
Thank
you,
now
everybody. I'm going to use some of our Pro Tape.
Yes.
Which is our double-sided acid-free tape, and it's very strong.
Super, super sticky.
It's super sticky. It's not the same as finger lift tape.
No, it's not.
But the reason, and it took us 2 years to source it, it's made in the UK for us. So we go along there like that.
Oh, Maggie, 60%. I'm giving you the updates as fast as I
I'm doing it as quick as I can.
it's fine. The score, the spine score tool, honestly, 60% of the stock has now got. I don't know what you're going to do at 3 o'clock. I'm sorry.
Well, we're hoping to go home at 7.
She's hoping to go home.
No, not really, but yes. So, right. So
honestly, thank you for joining us on Craft Extra.
It's lovely to have everybody. So we're just going to give that a bit of a burnish.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, it just makes it adhere to the fibres a little more.
Yes, it
Please
does.
don't think you can use finger lift tape or red liner tape. Use this tape.
You can use red liner tape.
Can you?
But the problem with red liner tape is you have to cut it with scissors
and it's sticky.
And you get all that horrible plastic stuff.
Yes.
So
not with this.
I'm just going to fold that on there.
Do you have a special technique to do this to make sure that you...
I just do it.
You kind of roll it,
Yeah, roll it up. So I've got my tape on there.
So don't take them all off at once.
Roll it up, because you know it's straight because you've already spent time burnishing it. Okay, and you want your tape on the edge of the score there.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter if you've got a bit of a gap there, because that's going to have the pages stuck on.
You want it to look seamless.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll pop that one there. Now you can see already that we've got
look at that.
We've got a big gap one side. So what you would do is trim it so that you could then fit it in your album. I don't know if I've left you enough width each side, Kay, for your album, but we shall see. So then, once you've done that...
Now, I'm going to say this, and I know it's really wrong. Please don't just sit and wait for the demos. 70% of the score spine tool has now gone. In between the shows, between now and 3 o'clock, things are going to fly. You've got to be quick. This is your optimum time now to make sure with this visit from Cool Cats, you get everything you want, especially the new items. So please be quick.
So that's your spine, and you can see how crisp.
Look at that.
How crisp everything is.
That is as if like you've gone out and brought a pre-brought one. It's beautiful.
So that's 2 inches gap there, which might not, if you have a really big album and you want a larger bit going across, when you start your scoring, just start in one way that way. So you'd have your, where I started here, and you can see my spine score guard started there. You want to move.
80% has gone.
You
Sorry, Maggie.
You want to start your scoring. Have your paper there, but actually start your scoring on the next increment.
They're screaming in my ear. 80% of the stock has gone.
Right, I finished.
I don't think we'll even get a chance to call it limited stock. It's flying. If you want it, now is the time. That is your wheel of warning right now. You know when these ladies are in, it's magic. So please be quick and get your magic new. So if you want to do precision like that, you're going to need this tool, but you've got to be quick.
Okay.
Right, okay. Let's give you a little bit of time so you're not missing anything. Please have a look at Cat P&P.
You get the goodies, I'll get the door.
Okay.
Hello, Create and Craft Delivery.
Wow, this is the biggest order I've ever seen.
Haven't you heard? If you order anything from Create and Craft now, it's a Cat P&P of $3.95 per order.
Cat P&P of only $3.95 for all of this?
Yes, it doesn't matter what you order or how many different items you buy.
What, even the really heavy stuff like this?
Yes, sewing machines, die-cutting machines, everything in the van.
Oh, there we go. That's the last of it.
I don't think they're at home. We'll have to come back later. I'll warm up the van.
Oh, hi! Fancy a cuppa?
Oh yes, that'll be lovely. Chop, chop, Dan.
Order 2 or more items from Create and Craft and we'll cap your postage at just $3.95, no matter how many different items you buy. Shopping at Create and Craft just got even better.
There you
Tickets
go.
are on
So it
sale
doesn't matter
now
if you
for
order
Crafting
5
Live.
things or 500 things. We've got a lot going on here. Just ignore the sound effects. Now, I've got to tell you, we're very excited. The Score Spine Tool has now gone to limited stock. When it's green on the screen, it's good to go. So you've got to be fast. It's very, very limited. We've got some, I'm going to tell you, but I've got less than 2. So, first one to the tills to check out. I'm a crafter. I don't like to miss out. I did shopping tally as well. I'm just saying, if they're saying it's limited, I'm like, I need it now. I'm tapping that up. I'm on there to get what I want. You've got to be the same this hour because ladies aren't up till 3 o'clock. And like I say, we might not have much left for you.
Right,
so
I should have put tape on this, but I didn't. Right, I'm gluing this spine into my
because we're using the album.
Yeah,
The album
yeah.
now,
I do
sorry.
apologise, but you're using the album.
We're using the round
tape
one.
in there because I should have put some tape on it properly and I didn't.
It's fine.
But we're okay. I'll just put that on there and stick it down. So
Details on screen.
The idea was to show you that you should do this bit before you do anything else.
Okay.
So you cover your spine.
Yeah.
Your right. The whole thing's gonna. It's not glued properly because. Let's get that
Do you
in
want me
there.
to hold anything?
No, you're fine. It's just I should have used tape and I didn't. But
Right.
Normally, what you do there, and then you'll leave that to dry.
Okay. Score the score guide tool has now gone. If any bounce back, even one of them, I'll let you know. But it's going to be fastest fingers first. So technically sold out. Thank you very much. Go.
Right. So you'll do a better job than I've done with the tape because I forgot to do it. And I did it in one big one and I made a complete mess. Anyway, so
fabulous.
you edge it and then you use your tape to do your join your spine to your cover.
Okay.
Okay, and we've done that with our hinge spacers. So
Yes.
we use our hinge spacers to do that.
Yep.
And I used it on 3/8.
The metal ones.
Yes, the metal
Yep.
ones. Yep. So
On
I did
the
it on 3/8.
website, have a look.
So then you would stick your spine in.
Yep.
Like so.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the round one. So I'm going to put that down there, and hopefully it'll dry out a bit by the time we get back to it.
Okay.
Possibly, or possibly not. Oops, sorry. Right, it might dry. Right. So then you get your pieces. So you get, this is a circle frame
Okay,
set.
yeah.
So you get 3 shapes like this, and I've stuck them together already because you need to,
Okay.
that's the first thing
So
you need
they're
to do
all
is
the
do
same size.
They're all the same size, and you've stuck them together so to get the depth.
Okay.
Okay.
So like a box frame, it's going to give you that. Yeah.
that depth. Okay. And then you have your piece of plastic, and
Okay.
that fits on the top like that.
Okay. So what would you
Okay.
use to stick it in?
So what you do is, sorry, you put this piece in. So I do probably like that. So this piece is, it always says number 4.
Okay.
And it does the same for the other one. But it gives, when you put it together, you get a little
Oh,
groove,
you get like a little
groove all the way
yes.
around. So that sticks that in like that.
Oh, so that sits on there. Got it.
Okay, and
Okay.
then you have your circle one, which I've already covered, and you put that on top, and that's your circle one like that.
But you take the cover off.
That you'll
Yes,
take that off.
yes,
Yeah. So
before
what I
you
should
stick
do,
it
yeah.
in.
So that's how it's going to end up
Okay,
doing. So what I've
fab.
done, so some of this I have done earlier. So I've stuck this together. So
Yeah.
what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go line the inside of this.
Okay. Ooh,
Live on air. It's admittedly it's a bit on the fiddly side,
Okay.
but it is more than doable. So just pull enough tape
I did
off.
wonder how you lined it. I thought, how are they going to do this with the tape? How did you do
And
it?
you
But
just move it around. Oops. Like so.
yeah.
And then,
Oh, how clever is
okay,
that?
and just move that upper there. And you need to hold it.
Yeah.
So it is very sticky. And try not to get sticky in places. Okay, and then stick it in half.
Okay, that's brilliant.
It would be if I hadn't actually stuck it to that bit. That's it, just make sure that's off. So it goes, sticks like that. So just be careful.
Yeah.
You do have to be careful because it's very sticky stuff. And just put it in there. So I must admit the architrape is a bit easier because you can peel it off as you go. So that, and then you just go round.
What a clever tip that is to do.
So do that and hold that round there. So you just make sure that's
Yeah.
round, sticking on there.
And using the tension of the inner one to weight it. I love it.
Yeah, so I need a little bit more extra. So I need to hold that and pull that bit. And then I'm just going to cut it. And it should overlap.
That
So
is really easy.
So, well, it is a little bit on the fiddly
Honestly,
side, to be
live
honest.
telly always makes, but that is genius to be able to do
and
that.
I didn't actually cut it straight.
Could
but
you
I
use
found-
your silver pen?
Yeah, you'll be using a silver pen in a minute, actually.
Okay.
You could do this with silver pen only. You don't have to use a tape if you don't want to. So I'm just going to, a little bit gap there, so I'm just going to move that across.
Yeah.
Oops, like that. Try and get that
Obviously,
straight.
you'll have more time at home. We're doing it in telly time, which sometimes you've got to do it. You've got to craft fast.
And also what it's live TV, so
Yes,
it's,
it is though.
it's hiding to nothing.
No, when you've got time, you're doing it all nice. Things just, but when you're doing live telly,
Yeah.
it's a different animal.
So what you do now is just snip it all the way around on both sides. So I'll
Okay.
just quickly do that. So obviously you'll do this a bit neater at home because it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
I need to do it around, so I'm doing big chunks really. But if you try and do, you can see what I'm doing is
Fabulous.
that round. So you just need a pair of non-stick scissors ideally, and just squidge it around like that. And
Okay.
then same for the other side. And then you'll use your pen because it's going round.
Yeah.
And I'm going out.
Uh-huh.
You can have little gaps all the way
right,
round.
yeah.
So to stop, just in case you can see a little grey board on there, then I would use my silver pen.
Okay.
If I'm doing the black one, I would use the black pen.
Oh wow.
And I love the silver pen. We've still got
Yeah.
some, haven't we?
I must admit, have we still got the pens? How are the pens doing, guys? Come on. Yep.
Because
70% of the silver pen is gone. You've got to be quick.
right, if I can just quickly.
What about the gold one? 60% of the gold has gone.
Can you open that for me, please? Thank you.
And half the stock of the black one. By the
Okay.
looks of it, most of you put in one of each. Can't fault you.
So
at
all I'm
all.
doing is putting a little line all the way around. Can you see how lovely that covers?
Look at that, one stroke and it's covered.
Yeah, I'm just going round.
I've used pens before now, and you have to let it dry,
Yeah.
go back over, and then if you put too many on, it just peels off.
Have a look at that sample there. That's got one coat of that silver pen, so it looks like it's metal
Yeah, look at this.
on the brad flaps.
Look at this. This is the same metal pen. You can come in really close, team. Look at that. That has changed the colour of the cardstock to make it look, and that's using the same pen. That's the silver using that. Look at that. Details on the screen. They actually look like real metal, believe you me. 791963. It's not a looky like it. It's absolutely just it.
So I've roughly gone around like that, and because it's an oil base, it will take a little while to dry.
Yes.
So I should probably get silver on my fingers. But
Can
never
we
mind.
just tell them 40% of the magnets has gone as well? So very, very busy for those. Be quick.
And then just squidge it all round like that.
Yep. So it's quite an easy technique, really, but it looks really professional.
So, and because this tape, oops, so we'll stick that down. Yep. And because this tape is quite forgiving,
Yeah.
you can just push it on there. I think I've just taught it, but that's squidge it on there and just work your way around. And then obviously what I'm going to do then is burnish it to 1 inch of its life in a minute.
Yeah. But like I say, we are up against it. We know we've only got about 10 minutes left this hour. Like I say, it's absolutely, I could do with like 4 hours with these ladies again. I'm not kidding you. Now,
where's the time gone?
I know, 10% of the stock of the album has now gone. So bear in mind, the ladies have got 2 shows later tonight. I think they'll be getting an early bath. They'll not be over at 7. You've got to be quick and get what you need this hour, because come 3 o'clock in between the shows, a lot of the stock will disappear. So please don't think about it.
So obviously, and you just put your burnish that way.
What a difference that makes.
It makes a big difference.
Yeah.
And even if you've got caught up like that, this is going to be on the inside. You're not going to see it.
No.
So you just squidge it down. Just move all the way round. But you're not going to actually see this bit here at all.
No.
And then round like that.
Fabulous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's can you see where you've got little bits of gaps? So
Yeah.
I'll just put the silver on there so you can see that.
Makes a difference.
Okay. So you need to gain the silver pen again.
Yep.
Just to go on the inside of this, because when you
Okay.
put it down, you don't want to see the grey border.
Oh,
on
no,
there.
no.
So you just want to put the just on the inside,
So again, silver pen.
because I'm using a
So
silver tape.
handy. Details on the bottom of the screen for the chisel silver pen. Like I say, we've got 7 minutes left. This is your checkout call now. Please head towards the tills, to the website, or towards the app to make sure you get what you want. Till number 5 is now open as well. We've had to open some extra ones for you.
Okay, so now I'm going to stick that to there,
There we go.
and I'm going to use a bit of glue.
So now you're just using your wet glue.
Yeah, I'm using our bookbinding glue.
Yeah, which is super sticky as well.
Yeah.
Dries fast too. I like this one. 'Cause this one's got like a low water content, hasn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't buckle too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite nice. So what I would tend to do now is clamp it and probably
Yeah.
leave it.
But if you ain't got a clamp, if you've got an A4 die cutting machine, put your plates
Yeah, or
on
something
it
heavy, or
and
something
put
heavy.
that
Yeah,
over the
yeah.
top. That'll
Or
lock
something
it
heavy.
down for you.
Yeah, so either do that or a
Yeah.
heavy weight on it. So I'm hoping it won't come apart. So then you peel off your
80% of the chisel tip silver pen has now gone.
okay, and then you've got your clear piece of plastic.
Yep.
And that fits in there. Now you can put a tiny bit of glue in here just to secure it if you want to. So a little bit of glossy accents if you want to, just to secure
Wow.
it. So because time is short, I won't.
Look at that.
Okay, and then this one goes over the top and secures it like that.
Fantastic.
So what I would do before that is I would probably just cover this back up again.
Yeah. That's it, because you don't want any glue on it or
So you
anything
take
like
that out
that.
so you can
Yeah.
hold it. Then get my album back, which hasn't stuck down properly, but never mind. That's because I should have used tape. And then this goes on the front, so I'd secure this onto the front because I'm going
Yeah.
to use tape to go round
Okay.
on there. Actually, no. I
So
won't.
you tape all the edges and then glue it, okay?
I'll probably take this. I'll take the edges first. But now I've got to this part. Where is it? There. So pull this part, and you use exactly the same again. Have we got time? I'll do one side, I think.
Yeah, we'll do one side. We've got time, haven't we, team? One side.
So do one side, and you would
Got
actually go
4
around.
minutes, so yeah, we can do it.
Yeah, I'm not going to go around the whole thing in 4 minutes. I'm quite quick, but I'm not that quick.
Yeah, we're not going to push it to extreme crafting. Yeah, we're not doing extreme crafting.
So stick that onto it like that, and obviously you make sure this is nice and firm
Yep.
before you do that. And then you have to go around the whole frame.
Oh, I've just had all done. What's the matter, team? What's the matter? The silver pen, chisel pen, limited stock, green on the screen. Honestly, I told you, now is the time. You need to be quick.
Okay, so what you do, so on the corners, just pinch it so you've got the straight bit there.
So you're putting your corner in it?
Yeah, but don't squidge it too much because you don't want it to stick to the tape.
No. Okay.
All right, and then just, oops, cut it so you get
Either side of the, like a V.
Yeah, like a V. So you get, oops, like that.
80% of the gold
Okay.
chisel pen is now gone.
And then same on the other side. And you're leaving a little tag.
Okay.
And, or pull it off
You
altogether.
can put it back on, you can stick it back on.
Okay, so ideally what you could do then is just pull that down if you haven't pulled it off. Now, if you've pulled it off, which is a whole different
There's
show.
always a rescue. There's always a rescue with these
There's a
ladies.
whole
That's
different
why I
thing.
like these
so
two.
you just stick it back into place because you've still got a little tiny bit to go over the top.
Yeah.
And then, don't forget, you will be covering this as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So you just put it over the top. But again, that's be what
Even
your
if you're worried, you could
and
use
if you've got
your
a gap
pen.
there,
Yeah.
that's what your pen's for. So you just put that over.
Honestly, this is extreme crafting. We've put Kay under extreme crafting, super fast, bless her. So honestly, take your time when you're at home. We're just showing you the techniques and the way to do
That's
it.
because these aren't what do you call it?
Non-stick.
Non-stick anymore. That's why they're just pulling. So just
A little bit of nail varnish remover on them. That'll take the sticky off.
we'll do that for the next show.
We'll find you some nail varnish remover.
So I'll put that back in the corner.
Yep.
Okay, so but because this is quite forgiving tape,
Yep.
I'm going to have to use. Oh, I'll use Maggie's scissors. It might be better.
Oh, don't tell her.
She won't mind.
Too late.
She's using your scissors.
I'll put them back. I'll put them back. I'll put them back. It's on there. I'll put them back.
You're my friend. You can use my
That's good.
scissors.
Kieran, Sharon. Right, ladies, we've got a few little things we've got to clear up and I've got to tell you about. Brad flaps, 20% of the stock of these have now gone. This is how busy we've been on Craft Extra today. Thank you for joining us and making
you,
sure you
everybody.
get
Thank you.
the new things first. So it's always worth tuning into Craft Extra to get the sneaky peeks, but 20% of these has now gone. So bear that in mind as well. The pens will be limited stock anytime soon. They're just hanging in there as well. And obviously the ruler has already gone. So, you know, got to be quick, ladies. But no, it's been an amazing hour as always with these fantastic two ladies.
Thank
and
you.
know, I
Thank
love
you.
being with you two. It is
We love
fantastic.
being with you too.
So what have we got to look forward to in the next shows with you today?
Well, what's left?
So we've got demos.
Maggie's going to show you how to use a slider die.
Slider die, demos with the new Brad flaps, with the faux Brads. What are you doing, Kay?
Well, I was going to do either Easter carousel. Yeah, so I was going to decorate some of the Easter carousel up.
Oh, so there's
Okay.
lots of things still to watch, but honestly, in between the shows, do not wait. Get on the website, on the app, or the phone lines, and secure yours. That's the best way to do it. And you know when these ladies are here at Create & Craft, it gets a bit crazy, so be very, very quick on those as well. So, do you know who you've got at 3 o'clock today?
Dan, I think.
Dan. That'll be fun with Mr. Dan, so make sure you tune in at 3
First
o'clock.
time with Dan.
Is it? Oh, he'll treat you nice.
You better warn him.
Yeah, just get the names right, you'll be fine. But honestly, having Kay with me and Maggie with me, this has been a Cool Cats hour. Hopefully you'll see them back soon on Craft Extra with us. But do you know what? Thank you, ladies.
Thank
You've
you
both been
so much.
incredible.
Thanks.
Thank you, everybody.
See you soon. I'm up next with Sasha
Bye.
Get Fancy.
Hi, I'm Donna and this is my brother Simon and we're Pearlywinks Craft Supplies. We've been crafting since we were very young. My mum got us
Shopping online with Create & Craft has just got easier with PayPal's Pay in 3 plan. Spread the cost of your basket, whether there is one item or many, with 3 interest-free payments. Simply choose Pay in 3 at checkout and pay for purchases between £30 and £2,000 over 3 equal instalments for the next 3 months. No fees, no interest. Spread the cost of your shopping with PayPal's Pay in 3 plan at Create & Craft.
Hi, I'm Barbara Gray from Clarity Stamp Limited. We're well known in the industry for designing and manufacturing top quality, award-winning craft products. As with all craft projects, you need a good starting place, a great stamp, a top quality stencil, and in recent times we've developed the groovy parchment art system so that your line art is perfect on parchment. Another exciting development to come from the marriage between parchment and our stamp company is the fabulous designer papers and now the designer parchment. There is nothing like it. Each groovy plate is precision etched, and by simply getting in the groove with a stylus, you can easily transfer great designs onto parchment. Groovy is a modular system. The plates complement each other and work beautifully together. They are packed with elements and allow you to build your own original artwork. Whether you're a novice or a traditional parcher, you will love these plates. And for me personally, having beautiful line art is what motivated me to want to learn traditional parchment skills. So why not get in the groove with us?